This is Paranormal Short Session 18 by Keith Evans at the Chestnut Street Cemetery in Apalachicola, Florida. Today is Monday, the 8th of August, 2022. This little chimney looking like with a Ovilus type top could be from a chimney on a building or house that was torn down. But it's here in the center of the cemetery, and nobody knows really its origins or whether it was some type of monument or whatever. So I just walk around and show it to you. So if you ever come to Chestnut Street Cemetery, you're walking around and this thing is not in the middle, you know you're at the wrong cemetery. So when you save up all your dollars and cents and come on vacation to Apalachicola to do your paranormal research, if you get to Chestnut Street Cemetery and you can't find this in the middle, you're at the wrong cemetery. Alright, that's enough of that. We're going to move right along and see what we can find. We're just going to do a slow walk tour of the cemetery. I'm trying to remember what I did last and what I need to do. This is a interesting type burial cradle. It looks like it was put on top of multiple layers of brick. And then this little one here is almost looks like, oh yeah, it has writing on it. I'll zero in on this. Well, it's hard to read. It looks like the last name is Ann Ridley. Ridley, R-I-D-L-E-Y. I got my Ovilus Vb with me today. If there's any ghosts or spirits who want to ask me a question, I'm not going to ask the question. You can ask me a question. I'm going to turn it on and see what I get. Well, let's try that again. Sorry for the interruption there, ghosts and spirits. If you'd like to ask me a question, go for it. Let me look. Some, S-O-M-E, and upon, U-P-O-N. Yes, I'm someone, and I am upon your little cradle, grave cradle. That's more like a slab. I'll get off of it. Sorry about that. No disrespect. All right. Well, this is pretty much right across from that little chimney thing. These two, the unique type grave covering, I guess. Do you call that a cradle or not? This may have had writing on it at one time. Yes, it does look like it did. Let me see if I can zero in on that. But this did have writing on it. I'll zero in and slowly go over it from the top, from left to right. Hopefully that'll be slow enough. And come back and do it again. There's some type of writing. But it's been laying flat for so long that it's very hard to see. Oh, we got another word on the Ovilus.
Slave.
Sound like slave. Let me get over here in the shade so I can see it better. Law, L-A-W, we, W-E, and slave, S-L-A-V-E. Yes, at one time the law did legalize slavery for certain people, which that was wrong. They shouldn't have did that. Let me zoom out on this. I certainly wouldn't want to be a slave, no matter what I look like, you know? Nobody would want to be a slave. You know, that can't be part of your history. You're going to do it again. So, it is part of the history. Don't do it ever again. Just say no to slavery, right? I don't care if the law said it's okay to kill somebody, you know, it still wouldn't be okay to kill them, you know, the way I look at it. All right, let's go over here and look at this. I guess they wrote it into the slab. This one looks like Reverend George River. I can't see anything else. Did I show you that Ovilus Vb? I'll show you that. Alright, I'm going to put it back in my pocket and zoom in to Reverend George River. Alright, Reverend George River, how are you today? Now, this looks like a fin tops. It's the size of a grave. I don't know, maybe at one time it stood upright. The one beside it is rather tall. So, and it's thin also, not as thin. You'll see how thick that is here. Well, you know, it might be the same thickness. Well, let me zoom out. Well, it might actually be the same thickness as this. It's hard to tell. Maybe a little bit thicker. And this is Sanders T. Nichols, died June. Looks like 4th, 1850, in the 2nd year of his age. Huh. That's sad. A little sailboat at the top. Let me zoom in on that. I'll go by it slow for you. Alright, drop down the line. Alright. I think there's some stuff at the bottom. Yes, there is. Let me go back left to right. Alright. Then you got the little sailboat at the top. That's pretty cool. Did I get breaker? Sound like breaker on the Ovilus Vb. Let's take a look. Let me zoom out. Breaker, B-R-E-A-K-E-R. Wow, I got a bunch of words. Breaker was the third word, at least it's showing. I got 80, E-I-G-H-T-Y. I got surface, S-U-R-F-A-C-E, and breaker, B-R-E-K-E-R. Well, 80 surface breaker. I feel like they were saying something about a surface breaker. This has not been cleaned, but it's also, you know, badly damaged. This one isn't damaged that I can tell, but it is. It's been cleaned by that D2 Let's look at the back of it. I don't think there's any writing on the back. No, there isn't. But I don't think it's ever been damaged. Alright, well, let's go over here. Here's where they cut down a tree. And then this is another little metal type. This looks like somebody cleaned it somehow, some way. But it looks clean. And it's a thick, maybe a thicker gauge. If it hasn't been cleaned, it's resisted corrosion very well. This little nut's rusty. That one's rusty too. Some white on it. Let's go all around this. I guess this fencing might be considered a burial crate. It's got one tombstone with 2 people. And let me zoom in and see if I can read it. It says, "Our Babe." Is that abbreviation for George, G-E-O, George W. McFarlane, Emily McFarlane, born. See, the weeds are in the way. They're blowing in the wind. The weeds are. It's very hard for me to see. It looks like this May 22nd, 1859. It might be 50, because then it's 51 below for the dying date. July 28th, 1851, a little over a year old. Oh, so sorry. Emily McFarlane, born November 25th, 1853. Died July 6th, 1855. She was, what, almost 2? Or close to 2. A little less than 2. I'm sorry for the loss to the McFarlane family. This one looks like it's been cleaned. It's got the 2 flowers. The right side coming from the right, and the left side looks like it's coming from the left. That's you could hear that. That was a car going by if the radio turned up loud. That was not paranormal. Alright. See the old stump here. I don't know what this is here, but it looks like it's some type of cement marker that's kind of pointy at top, so it looks like it might be a gravestone that got broken up, and there's one piece of it there and the rest of it here. But this looks like where my foot is would be the bottom. That pointy area would be the top. It's sad that stuff gets broken like that. Alright, let's go around another tree that got cut down. If that was so, it was rotting on the inside before they cut it down. So, alright, here we have tombstone. Looks like it's laying on its side. Probably face down, I would imagine, but I might be wrong. Rebecca L. Clark, wife of, is that William? Yeah, W.M. William C. Beale, B-E-A-L-E, died in Apalachicola. A little lizard there wants to be part of it. Hey, little lizard, how you doing today? Alright, back to the tombstone. August, well, probably born August 26. 1868. No, maybe that's the death date. The lizard has come closer. Hello there, little lizard. You haven't seen a human before? That's probably the death date because there's only one date on there. August. Yeah, it's okay. You can pose on the tombstone. That's more appropriate. That way I have you and the tombstone. Thank you, little lizard. Were you the one that was over there, little lizard, by the pyramid-shaped chimney? 3 or 4 weeks ago when I was first doing the pyramid chimney. Well, that was probably you. Okay, so Rebecca L. Clark died August 26th, 1868. Alright, I gotta move on, little lizard, unless you want to follow along. Well, this tree has the yellow ring around it. Not yellow, pink. So I don't know if that meant it's going to be cut down or saved. So this looks like a footstone, and then the head up here, that looks like it's been cleaned to me, even though it's been a while back. Well, this one, Amanda Kilby Rand, born November 9th, 1817, and died March 18th, 1899. That almost looks like a brand new tombstone, so I guess it's been cleaned unless it was put down sometime after her death. Okay, this is a unique grave cradle here. You can see someone is holding it together in the corners. That was probably applied later on. And in the corners they're attempting to hold it together. And they have a really neat footstone. I'll do the footstone first. Footstone tombstone says J-C, or is that a G? R. I think it's a G, but I might be wrong. J-G-R. Was the gentleman's initial. Yep, there's a G. John Gibb R. Rand. J-G-R. Born in Frankfurt, PA, January 5th, 1798. Died in Apalachicola, October 28th, 1868. I'll try to read that little inscription. The dust shall return to the earth it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Huh, pretty cool. I like that. Said spirit being our ghost and spirits. Right on, John Gibbs. I'm going to pronounce it Run. Alright, let's move on to this other tombstone. Let's check and see if any of the ghosts and spirits have chosen words. I don't want to leave them out. Yeah. Nope, nothing since 80 surface breaker. They might have been talking about that broken fin surface. 80, I don't know if that would be a measurement or not. That might be 80 millimeters thick. But it's broken. This says breaker. Like breaker, CB talk, or wearing a coat that they call it a windbreaker. Well, I guess in the ocean, breakers are what? Sideways waves or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do that in the comments. That way I learned a little bit about terminology so I don't repeat anything that's wrong. The only surface I was talking about is the clean surfaces of the tombstones, and I think John Gibbs Ruin has been cleaned. I think Laura Carroll Ruin has also been cleaned. April 14th, 1851 to March 1875. No date. All right. And this one here is just a... It looks like it's been cleaned too. It's got that marble look to it. Wilma Run, R-U-A-N, June 5th, 1849 to September 8th, 1887. Well, this tree has the one pink ribbon around it. Now this appear to looks almost like a foot marker, but I don't see any identification on it. It kind of looks like it's in there, not level. So that might have been maybe a footstone, but if it was, it's bigger than the tombstone, so that might be for another grave that is here. All right, let's go over here. Genevieve Marshall, December 31st, 1892, August 2nd, 1897. You see where a tree was here at one time. That's a little stone over there. Well, this is fairly new. May have been cleaned. Leonora E. Myers, December 28th, 1851. Passed away March 19th, 1920. There's a cement slab over the grave site. All right. I think some of this I've already done. I don't want to rehash the same stuff. But maybe not. Let's go down this way so I don't leave anything out. What's our time? We probably got 8 more minutes of time left. It'll cut out when I run out of time. You can see they have like the little cement grave cradles with like the pot planting stuff at the bottom. Now the headstone is, well, I guess their feet are buried that way. Most of the time the headstone, the name is pointed towards the feet. Richard Henry Porter, April 14th, 1849 to January 13th, 1918. Yeah, I remember hearing about Richard Henry Porter in the newspaper when I was doing research, and I don't remember what he did. Virginia Rainey Porter, born October 23rd, 1852, passed away August 1st, 1942. These probably have not been cleaned, they're just new modern tombstones. Okay, we're at Frank and Ida. All right, Thomas Francis Porter, 1846 to 1911. Lead kindly light. Lead kindly light. He's got a cement grave cradle, and he's got a footstone. It says T.F. Porter, Company A, Light Infantry, Confederate States of America. So he survived the Civil War and lived to 1911. Okay, Ida. She's got a grave cradle. Ida Stoll, I think that's how it's pronounced. Porter, 1854 to 1939. Correct me if I'm wrong on a name, because I want to learn how to pronounce everyone's name properly. Even though I know certain names are pronounced different in different regions of the America, or at least they sound differently. There's a footstone here. Edward Hobart Porter died January 21st, 1903, age 26 years. Well, I guess he is facing this way. And the one behind him, well, the one behind him has a little foot marker that says BBB, it looks like. I don't know if anyone can tell or not. There's the footstone, and Gilbert Rodman Porter died January 18th, 1881, age 23. I'm not going to try to read that. It's too small. If anyone can read it, leave it for me in the comment. See if we got any more words on the obelisk. I don't think there's anything new. Alright, let me, as a reminder, just remind the ghosts of spirits that I do use this for YouTube and anywhere where I'm on social media, which right now is virtually Instagram. And I just joined a new format. I don't know if it'll be as big as Instagram, but it's similar to Instagram. But it's American Paranormal. And I was the 12th person to ever join the website. So check it out. It's similar to Instagram, but it's called American Paranormal. And you have to join. Just go under, look up American Paranormal. It's a magazine. They also have a website for people that are interested in anything paranormal. So go there and check it out, and also check out their magazine. So again, as a reminder to the ghosts of spirits, I do put this on social media. If you don't want the words you choose to be on social media, then you can't choose a word. So, or wait until I'm not filming to choose a word. Sometimes I stop filming and forget and leave the obelisk on, so then you can choose your words at that point in time. Also, the Ovilus 5 and the camera that I'm holding in my hand, which is also a cell phone, will not hurt ghosts and spirits to my recollection. If I've been reincarnated, I don't remember anything about being a ghost or spirit, so correct me if I'm wrong, ghosts or spirits. If the Ovilus 5 somehow bothers you other than draining your energy, I know it'll drain your energy, that's for sure, because it takes a lot of energy to utilize it. Okay, there's our little gecko. He's showing that he's a tough guy with his little pink, what's that thing under his mouth that perks up like a dinosaur does? Hey there, little gecko. Are you the same gecko tagging along? Yeah, slow down, you called up, huh? Richard Gibbs Porter, born at Newtown, Bucks County, Pennsylvania, December 26, 1809, died in Apalachicola, March 23rd, 1867. And his palm's down there, but I'm not going to try to read that because the print is so small. We also have his footstone. It's RCP, his initials, RGP. Got that Richard Gibbs Porter. Let me zero in with the Ovilus Vb in case someone wants to read these little scripts at the bottom. Is thou wilt enter into lie the commandments. Well, that's what it says. Alright, let's move to the other one then. For Richard Gibbs Porter, it says... Alright, we're going to be running out of space pretty soon if we already haven't, so I'm going to go ahead and say this has been Paranormal Short Session 18 by Keith Evans at the Chestnut Street Cemetery. Today is Monday, the 8th of August, 2022. I'd like to thank everyone for watching and subscribing. Please like and leave me a comment. If I said anything wrong, pronounced a word wrong, leave me a comment and cheerfully correct me. And if there's something that I couldn't read that you could read, enlighten me by giving me a comment with what it said. So I'm going to be running out of space pretty soon. I want everyone to have a good day. And this is Keith Evans signing off. Bye-bye.